probably who would like. Oh, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the ladder, the ladder, the fact that the ladder is actually made up of so many values. Each bar represents a value that you need to grow in. So this is the whole masterclass. We're going to look at it in future. And I pray that may God grant you that favor that during the next season of masterclass, because each masterclass should have about 10 lessons and you're about the 8. So the next masterclass should start maybe next month or sometime next month. So today I have just stated that we are looking at the law of the rubber band, the law of the rubber band. And I want us to start with a small exercise. I'm glad we have about 3 people who are on the audience. Thank you very much, everyone who's here. Thank you very much. I can see someone has joined us. That is Sarah. Sarah, karibu sana. Don't worry that you are few. We are still going to cover whatever we can cover. And by the end of this lesson, I believe that everyone who's here, a participant, you're going home with something. You will not live the same way that you came in. So let us start with this. I want us to do a small exercise where you're going to feel, to give the answer, to give an answer to the question. You can either write you can respond with poor, average, or exceptional. Poor, average, or exceptional. You can actually type it on the chat box. That would be okay, so that you can move pretty fast. And the first one is this. Let me ask, how would you rate your reading habit? Your reading habit, whether you read books, read articles, read things that are meaningful for your life. How is your reading habit? Is it poor, average, or exceptional? Just type in the chat box whether it's average, poor, or exceptional. Because you are few, I believe that you're able to move pretty fast. I have seen Charles writing Yakeni average. I'm waiting for you, Clara. Sarah has said Yakeni average. I'm waiting for Clara, and then we move on to the next question. Average, average. Clara, just type and tell us what it is, and just in case you're away, I'm sure you're going to respond together with the second one. Let's go to the second question, which is...
Well, I've responded.
Oh, you've responded?
Yes, you have not seen.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Clara. It is Charles. Oh, it is Charles who has not responded, and I'm waiting for your response, Charles. Just type it on the chat box. The second question is this. Serving others in your career, your business, your ministry, whatever you do, how good are you at serving others? Is it poor, average, or exceptional? How do you rate your services? Whether you're a writer like Charles, I know he's an author and a writer, the person that creates contents. I know Clara has been a teacher like myself. I don't know about Sarah, but I would like to know, how would you rate the way you offer services to your clients? Is it poor, average, or exceptional? Just type. Clara has already responded. It's average. Then I'm waiting for Sarah and Charles to type something. Sarah and Charles to type something. Bado tuko na wengine. I hope ninasikika bado.
Unasikika? Uko sawa?
Very good. Let's continue, my friends. Sarah and Charles, I hope that you're there. The next thing, the other question is leadership. I'm sure every one of us usually gets some opportunities to lead. Hata kama ni kwa chama, ama ni kanisani, ama ni wafanyikazi wenzetu. How would you rate your leadership? Whenever you get an opportunity to lead, how do you lead? Would you rate it average, poor, or exceptional? Average, poor, or exceptional? We can move pretty fast because I can see that we are just a few of us. Clara has responded in all the 3 questions. Sarah has responded. Thank you. I haven't seen Charles. Charles I log out manini, but let me hope he's going to come in and do the same. So the other thing, and the last one, is in your efforts to grow, maybe in faith or financially. How do you rate yourself? Oh, Clara has said exceptional when it comes to service. Thank you. Thank you. Because the questions are many, you can write whether the question number 4 or 3. Jue ulipeana answer gani. Kama ni exceptional, what number? Just write number 3 or 4. So in your efforts to grow in faith, for instance, or financially, or anything that you consider important, how would you rate your efforts? Do you, for instance, grow enough the way you would think is optimal in faith or financially? Are you investing enough effort to grow financially, for instance? So is it poor, average, or exceptional? Just type the answer and the question, maybe number 4 or something like that. Just one more minute. And of course, I said that was the last question, but I can see we have the 5th question, which is how do you rate that one? So Clara has said for number 4, that is average. For number 4, that is average. Number 5, tuambia in your giving, for instance, if you give maybe to the society or to church or to the poor people or to even to your parents and your siblings, how would you rate your giving in accordance, in keeping with your income? Unajua kuna mtu anaweza peana 10,000 na akue hakuna kitu amepeana. Kuna mwingine anaweza peana 500 but akue amepeana a lot. How would you rate your giving and volunteering? Average. Clara is average. I'm looking for other people who are here with me. Participants, naona tuko. Charles, are you still there? Sarah amedisappear. I pray that she comes back, at least ikuwe meaningful. And I pray that Charles, you're not responding. Okay. Let me just take with Clara and assume that you represent the majority. Number 5, umesema average. Yeah. Let's go now to the what? To the next. Let me go to the next. And that is, before I give you the answer, I have seen that you have actually written out of how many questions? Out of 5 questions, yes. You have written 4 averages and 1 exceptional. 1 exceptional.
Yes.
Very good. Now, let's go to the next thing before I give the answer. You have a rubber band that you can see on the screen here. How do you use a rubber band, for instance? Let me give you my example. I know I want to use the easiest so that uanze kufikiria zingine. I use the rubber band, for instance, to tighten my notes. Kama niko na pesa nyingi, I use a rubber band to tighten, make them compact. How else do you use a rubber band, Clara?
I used to tie my hair when I don't have any.
That is the second use. Very true. So I don't know about Charles. Where Charles Fuma? I wish I could call Charles nimwambie aache log in na participate. So I would like to know how do you for instance, Charles use a rubber band. Anyway, there are many uses. Tumesema kuna ya kufunga pesa. You can use it to do what? To, for instance, bind together documents. You can use it to tighten your hair. You can use it for many other purposes. But there is one thing that is common in all the uses of a rubber band. Kuna kitu moja yenye ni common, and that is what we call the fact that it must be elastic.
Yeah.
Ndio? Yes, if a rubber band loses elasticity, then it loses its purpose. You don't need it anymore. Yeah. As long as the band is not elastic, then it is not useful. Yeah. That is the common use of a rubber band. You can use it for many purposes, but it has to be elastic. Yeah. And that is the same thing with life. The fact that to keep growing, you must never lose your elasticity.
Yeah. Yes.
I believe that is very clear. So if you really want to grow, then you must remain elastic. But when you lose your elasticity, you lose your opportunity to grow. That is the underpinning. The reason why we are reading or going through this law, what we call the law of the rubber band. The fact that it is necessary the fact that it's expected to expand and it can actually accommodate and do some work that you really imagine that it can do. So, Clara, here is your answer. And all those, let me believe that you actually represent the majority. I can see my internet is not very stable. My network is imepotea kidogo. I hope I'm back.
Nakusikia sasa.
Okay. Nimepoteza sharing, network ya laptop imepotea kidogo.
Okay.
Let me just upload it again and share. Yes, now I was giving you the answer, the response to your question. We are talking about average. You are going to believe that you actually represent the majority of people. If you had 100 people in this meeting, average, and that is true.
Yeah.
But this is a poem that was written by an ancient guy, and this is what it says. I'm reading, and I like it because it means a lot and it says a lot. That average is the top of the bottom of the top, the worst of the best. I'm not attacking you. And I believe with it. I believe that you're going to also get something out of it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Being average is the lazy person's cop out. The guts to take a stand in life. Face for no purpose. To take the trip through life, but never to pay the fare. To return no interest for God's investment in you. Being average is to pass one's life away with time rather than to pass one's time away with life. It's to kill time rather than to work it to death. To be average is to commit the greatest crime one can ever do against oneself, humanity, and one's God. Clara, and all those who are here. I know this is a shocker, but actually, even when I was doing an interview, I would have given the same answer that you've given. Because, sometimes we don't want to make ourselves so poor. Other times, you don't want to assume that you're exceptional. That makes us feel like we are experts, which we are not. But there's one thing. Even if you are average on many things, there are things that you need to be exceptional. And I love the fact that you actually said you're exceptional. Let me go back to the chat box so that what it was. Unfortunately, nilipoteza network kidogo, so I couldn't see. But I think it was in your service. In your service, you say that you're exceptional.
Yeah.
I'm glad because you are exceptional in one thing. Because to be average in everything, then it means you are not good at anything, and it's actually what they call mediocrity. Mediocrity. I don't know whether I'm recording. I hope I'm recording this, and I will like even when we relog in the next few minutes, we are going to still record. You remind me. So many people prefer to stay at what you call the comfort zone because the majority of the people are actually average. But that is something that we must overcome. Potential is what God gives. How we develop it. And that is why I know that developing our potential, we have to be intentional about it. It is the first law, what you call 101. The 101 of personal growth is intentionality. You see this guy here, I'm sure he did not become that masculine automatically just by chance. Is it possible for a person to become like this by chance?
No.
It is impossible. And this is actually, we usually say that growth and development has many stages. You can grow financially, you can grow spiritually, you can grow emotionally, and in every other dimension of life. But you have to be intentional. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort. For a bodybuilder to go to this level, it's a lot of effort that has been put in place for him to get to this level. So I believe this is something that you must put in effort if you want to look like this, because actually this is how we should look financially. For instance, we should be having those financial muscles in our body. We should be having those career muscles. We are excelling, we are succeeding, but you're not ready to give it. One thing that you must remember is that we have to step out of the comfort zone if we want to become like this person here. either spiritually or financially or emotionally or relationally, in any dimension. I just give an example of some of the people that we see as stars today. People who have become very popular. You know, Churchill, for instance, is one guy who is extremely talented, a comedian. But before Churchill became into the limelight, where we could see him as a star and as a person who is to be admired, very successful, he had to spend years and years in Kenya cinema, Kenya theaters, Kenya cinema, what we call the Kenya cinema, practicing.
Yes.
I've seen some videos of Churchill, a young man who was just trying out his talent, striving. Nobody could even recognize him until that time when he perfected it. So it all
Yes.
starts. You have the potential, but for you to make it become what you want it to be, you have to be really intentional and be aware, because we
Yes.
say that one of the laws of growth is intentionality. I mean, awareness, the law of awareness. So I want to tell me whether you're familiar with this. Is there any dimension of life you feel like this is how you are? Although you have the potential to be like this masculine guy, there's some potential that you're like this. I
Yes.
believe that is true for many of us. So
Yeah.
as long as you're average, you have the potential. You have the potential to be here, but you're here now. But the good thing is this, that because you are aware that you have that potential, come on, spiritually or in any other dimension of becoming what we can really become, we actually can get to this level with effort. Of course, it's not automatic. There's a lot of pain that you have to endure. There's a lot of difficulties, but it is possible as long as you have the potential.
Yeah.
You have the potential inside you. One of my most important mentors literally says that when God created you, He gave you everything that you need. All your potential is not ahead of you. Your future is not ahead of you. It's inside you. So you have all the potential, everything that you need for you to become what you always aspire to become. All you need to do is develop it, and that is the gift that you can give it to God. You see, if I go back to where we were, where we are looking at this poem, the last line says that to be average is to commit the greatest crime one can against oneself, humanity, and one's God. And there's a lot of sense in that. For instance, if, for instance, a person like Bill Gates, who made the Microsoft that you're able now to use here even to prepare this PowerPoint, became average and never stretched to build Microsoft because it required a lot of effort, then that means he would have committed a great crime to humanity. Just imagine how much we use computers, and he refused to develop that, and it was inside him. It's a great crime to God and even to humanity and to himself. So never take for granted your gift, your ability, whatever you have that you're supposed to develop, so that it can become of essence to humanity. So in the next few minutes, I want us to go to the next thing. Clara, you'll allow me. I know we are winding up because of the Zoom time. Usipote. In the next few minutes, we are logging in to start the second session. So wacha
Okay.
tusimamie hapo, but you have a few things. I will just need a few more minutes and we will be done with this.
Okay.
Thank you.